Hello, sir. I am Dhruv Patel from Depstar and my ID number is 22DCE067. And I am requested to you to tell me something about some software engineering and some information about AC subject.
Okay. Myself, J.S. Davi. I have completed my graduation from DDIT Nadiad. Currently, I am self-employed. I have multiple apps on Play Store, like more than 2 lakhs plus people are using it. So I will share more knowledge regarding Android development, so you can ask accordingly.
Okay, sir. So first of all, I am asking about some software engineering principally. How familiar are employed with fundamental AC principally? For example, modularity, abstraction, encapsulation, etc.
So most of the people have basic knowledge about it, and like 90% of developer uses it in practical. So it is not required to cram it or remember everything, but you should do it in practical. So while you will write code in Java and C++, mostly in backend, you will have to practice and follow this architecture and this stuff.
Now, my second question is to what extent do they apply this principle during software development?
So it depends on project size. If a project is in a small size, then it is not required to follow all the architecture and the protocols. But if project is in large scale, then we have mandatory to follow these rules. So there are some architecture MVVM, MVC. They cover all this encapsulation, abstraction, etc.
And what we select in SGP project, software group project? Do you have software group project in your graduation?
For me, yes,
Yeah,
yes, we
yeah.
have multiple software development projects. Like in SEM 6, SEM 7, I have chosen Android development, and one was in React and Node.js was a video calling application. It was small project, so that was my project. And I have built like 3 or 4 apps in my college projects. One of it is currently live and more than like 5 lakh plus download. So I have done that in college.
Yeah. So how does the principle impact code quality and maintainability?
So it impact lot of if you have very big project, then in long term it will be very beneficial in testing and adding new features, and it will be easy to maintain code if you follow this practice.
Yes. Now, when I handed to my friend Prince to ask him question about some documentation in SC.
Okay.
Hello sir, my name is Prince and my ID number is 22DC048. I am student of Depstar Charotar University. So my first question is, how often do teams create and update documentation like requirements, design, user manuals?
So documentation is updated upon the project side. If a project is very small, then many companies do not do documentation. But if project is a medium or large scale, then we have to make documentation and follow it and update it accordingly. So when we have to add new feature or we have to show some clients, then we need documentation.
Okay. My next question is documentation considered essential for project success?
Yes, if you have a medium to large project, then you must have documentation. Suppose you have to hand over another person whole project, then he or she should know what is project, what is idea behind project. So it is must that you have a proper documentation that covers all functionality and use cases of your project.
Okay, my third question is what challenges do employees face in maintaining accurate and up-to-date documentation?
So employees generally face challenge they have to do development as well as documentation. Sometimes they forgot to add task in documentation, so they forgot the functionality to add, or lack of time, or like a lack of content in documentation. So suppose you will hand over a new person, he or she might be able to properly understand that what is idea behind this project. So quality of the documentation should be good and according to the size of the project.
Thank you, sir. Now I give chance to my friend.
Hello sir, my name is Dilip Nagum. I am from Depstar Charusaj University. My ID number is 22DCE058. Now I am asking about SE. So which SE practice, example code review testing, version control are commonly followed in SE?
So they all are followed in every company. So every product has a development cycle, testing cycle. So every code is reviewed, and we have a responsibility to write a good code, and the testers have responsibility to test it well. So all the practices are followed in all companies.
Now sir, my second question, how this practice affect productively bug declaration and collaboration?
So that's affect very much. If you don't test your product, then it will be cause very much issue in production, and it may be make you very financial loss, and later it will be very difficult to cover and fix all bugs. So it should be part of process, and it should be covered accordingly.
Now sir, you are in Android development. How SE improve your Android development in your subject?
So basically in Android development in Google Play Console, you will see your apps, and also you will see crash rate. So suppose your 1 million user is using my app, then you will see the percentage that how many people are getting crash in the app. So if your app is crashed too much time, then Google will de-rank your app. So you will get less download. So if you have a bug-free application, then you will get higher chance to up-rank your app. So it will be good in a user experience that you have a better and bug-free app. So for that you have to do manual testing and all the UI testing and all are there.
Now, sir, how many times you practice in your college C?
How many times I have practiced in college?
Yes.
So basically I have developed, you know about Photo Wizard Easy
Yeah, yeah, sir.
application
Yeah, yeah.
that was developed in college. So I have covered all this testing and all that in college also.
Now, sir, my third question: there any practice and need improved or better adoption? Adoption.
Yes, like a practice related is like testing. Most of the part is covered in the testing. So currently I am doing manual testing, but there is a UI testing and integration testing as well. So we should also focus on that. So it will do your work easy. So you can test very fast, and if you add new feature, it will be also tested, and it will also not break existing functionality. So you should also know about UI testing and integration testing and all these stuff.
Thank you, sir. Now I am hand over to my friend Dharmik. Some they will ask some question about C. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Hello, sir. My name is Dharmik Patel. I am a Depstar Charota University student, and my ID number is 22DCE066. How you are employee of the capability maturity model and ISO standard?
So I have done my internship in Fox Baroda. So like CEO and most of the other senior people talk about this rating and all levels. So it is very important for a industry standard and for clients. Clients do trust on your company if you have good rating. So it is a good practice that you have that type of ratings.
Okay, my second question is, have they observed any positive changes after implementing CMM ISO practices?
Yes. So after implementing this practice, you will get a better chance to get a project. So particularly in my case, I have Android application. So Android apps have IARC rating. So it tells user that this application is suggested or appropriate for this kind of user or this age of users. So if you have good rating, then Google will promote your app in the upper rank. So you will get more download.
Okay, so my last one question is, are there areas where CMM ISO could be better integrated into daily workflows?
Yes. So like if you are doing Android development, then you must have this type of knowledge about privacy policy and data privacy. So if you follow these rules and know about this information, then it will be beneficial for you. Like Google's also time to time changes their privacy policy and do updates regarding this. You should have at least basic knowledge about this.
Okay, thank you, sir. My next question, Sunil Parmar, give the answer.
Hello, sir. Myself Sunil Parmar. I am
Hello.
studied in Depstar Charusat. My ID number is 22DCE063. My question about standards. Is the organization certified under any specific standards?
No, currently I have apps like 4 or 5 apps in Play Store. So in a Play Store there is only one rating, IARC rating. But when I was subsidized, it was rated in standard.
Now, my second question is, how does the standard impact in software development process?
So it impact like when you have good rating, client will uh, see about your company's potential and will acknowledge about your company's growth, and they will know that how potential they can be in their project. So you will get better chance to get a project if you have this type of rating.
Okay, sir. So my second question is, are there any perceived benefit in challenging in companies?
Sorry.
Uh, any challenges for standard? If
So yes. For getting this standard, you must have some kind of rules and regulation. Like you should have this number of employees. Employees should have this amount of salary. So there are multiple factors which will give you this type of rating. So you must have that good amount of resource so you can get this rating.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, which debugging tool do you use in your computer life?
So I am using Android Studio. Android Studio has inbuilt debugging tool. You will see what the logs and crashes in their uh, log can get. And also I am using Firebase Crash Analytics. So Firebase can, if your app goes into production and you find any bug or app crashes, then it will be logged into Firebase. So you can see even after production.
And what about frameworks?
Framework I am using currently Android in Kotlin Jetpack Compose, Android Studio, and there are multiple architecture regarding Android developer like MVVM. Currently, I am using MVVM architecture.
So that's all for our activity. Thank you, sir, for giving your auspicious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.